In the Indo-Pacific, the Philippines is no longer a passive actor. Once seen as a quiet observer in the region's power dynamics, Manila has stepped into the spotlight, embracing a new era of assertiveness and strategic clarity. It's now a central, assertive player, one whose decisions and actions are closely watched by both allies and rivals. Under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., Manila has abandoned ambiguity, especially regarding the West Philippine Sea. The government's stance is now clear and resolute, marking a dramatic departure from previous years of cautious diplomacy. This is a fundamental reorientation, driven by the urgent need to safeguard both national sovereignty and the country's economic future amid China's growing aggression. The West Philippine Sea is not just a territorial issue, it's about resources, livelihoods, and national pride. Incidents like water cannon attacks, once rare, have become alarmingly frequent, putting Filipino fishermen and naval personnel at risk. Ramming by the China Coast Guard and tense maritime standoffs now regularly make headlines, directly challenging the 2016 Hague ruling that invalidated Beijing's sweeping claims. In response, the Marcos administration has adopted a policy of transparency, publicizing Chinese provocations, sharing evidence with the world, and refusing to let these incidents go unnoticed. Manila also rallies international support, building coalitions and seeking solidarity from like-minded nations. This signals that the Philippines will not stand by as its rights are violated, but will actively defend its interests on the global stage. The shift integrates diplomatic, legal, military, and economic tools into a cohesive strategy, revitalizing old alliances, especially with the United States, and forging new partnerships with regional and global powers. The Philippines is now a linchpin of regional stability, leading efforts to maintain freedom of navigation and protect vital shipping lanes that are crucial for global trade. By championing a balance of power in the Indo-Pacific, Manila is helping to shape the region's future security architecture. Its bold moves are reshaping its destiny, inspiring a new sense of national unity and purpose among Filipinos at home and abroad. Manila's strategic awakening is sending ripples across the Pacific, fundamentally altering the region's strategic calculus and ensuring the Philippines' voice is heard in the Indo-Pacific's unfolding story. At the heart of Manila's new strategy is a reinvigorated alliance with the United States. The 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty is now the centerpiece, with expanded military cooperation and explicit U.S. commitments to Philippine defense. Joint exercises like Balikatan have grown in scale, and U.S. access to key Philippine sites under EDCA ensures rapid response to crises. Economic collaboration is also deepening, with initiatives like the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework and the revitalization of Subic Bay. Even under a more transactional U.S. administration, the alliance has grown stronger, with greater security guarantees and support for Philippine modernization. Manila is leveraging this partnership to ensure its security and economic resilience, positioning itself as a pivotal U.S. ally in the region. Beyond its U.S. alliance, the Philippines is weaving itself into new Minilateral security networks. The Squad, Philippines, U.S., Japan, and Australia, focuses on joint patrols, intelligence sharing, and operational coordination to counter regional threats. This flexible framework complicates any aggressor's calculus and amplifies Manila's capabilities through access to advanced technology and training. Events like the Pacific Amphibious Leaders Symposium highlight the Philippines' new role as a convener and leader in regional security. By working closely with Japan and Australia, Manila diversifies its partnerships and builds a multi-layered defense network. The Squad is a powerful expression of collective resolve, central to the Philippines' strategy for sovereignty and regional stability. To avoid overdependence on any single power, the Philippines is intensifying ties with democratic middle powers. This strategic shift is not just about balancing influence, but about creating a more robust and adaptable foreign policy that can withstand the uncertainties of global politics. By reaching out to a diverse set of partners, Manila is ensuring it has multiple avenues for support and cooperation, reducing vulnerability to external pressures. Strategic partnerships with Japan, Australia, India, and European states complement the U.S. alliance, enhancing Manila's flexibility and resilience. These relationships are not only about defense but also about economic collaboration, technological exchange, and shared democratic values. By working closely with these nations, the Philippines is able to diversify its sources of investment, innovation, and security assistance. The reciprocal access agreement with Japan and expanded cooperation with Australia mark a new era of joint training, intelligence sharing, and defense hardware support. These agreements pave the way for more frequent and sophisticated military exercises, as well as greater interoperability between forces. They also signal a deepening trust and shared commitment to regional peace and security. New agreements with New Zealand, India, and European powers further broaden Manila's security network. These partnerships extend beyond traditional defense, encompassing disaster response, cybersecurity, and maritime cooperation, which are increasingly vital in today's interconnected world. These partnerships provide tangible benefits: defense equipment, training, and a unified diplomatic front supporting international law. They also foster people-to-people ties, educational exchanges, and joint research initiatives, strengthening the foundation of long-term cooperation. By weaving together bilateral and minilateral ties, the Philippines is building a resilient, multi-layered security architecture. This networked approach allows Manila to respond more effectively to emerging threats and to play a proactive role in shaping regional norms and rules. This approach strengthens its sovereignty and contributes to Indo-Pacific stability. By participating in joint patrols and multilateral exercises, the Philippines demonstrates its commitment to a free and open region. Manila's diplomatic diversification is a model for small and medium powers navigating great power competition, showing how strategic partnerships can enhance national security, economic growth, and international standing in a complex world. The Philippines is wielding international law as a strategic weapon, lawfare, to defend its maritime rights. In the face of mounting challenges in the South China Sea, Manila has chosen to rely on legal instruments and international norms, rather than military might alone, to assert its sovereignty. This approach not only strengthens its position on the world stage but also signals a commitment to peaceful resolution of disputes, setting a powerful example for other nations facing similar challenges. The 2016 arbitration ruling is now central to Manila's foreign policy, cited in global forums and used as the legal basis for actions in its EEZ. Philippine diplomats consistently reference this landmark decision at the United Nations and in bilateral talks, reinforcing the legitimacy of their claims. The ruling, which invalidated China's expansive nine-dash line, has become a cornerstone for Manila's diplomatic and legal strategies, shaping its interactions with both allies and rivals. Landmark laws like the Maritime Zones Act and Archipelagic Sea Lanes Act codify these entitlements, providing a clear legal framework for defense operations. These statutes not only clarify the extent of Philippine maritime zones, but also empower the Navy and Coast Guard to act decisively within their jurisdiction. By translating international rulings into domestic law, the Philippines ensures that its legal rights are actionable and enforceable on the ground and at sea. Manila's commitment to the rule of law extends beyond maritime disputes, as seen in its unprecedented handover of former President Duterte to the ICC. This bold move demonstrates that accountability and justice are not just slogans but guiding principles for the nation. By cooperating with international legal institutions, the Philippines signals its willingness to uphold global standards, even when it involves difficult decisions at home. This move reinforces the Philippines' image as a nation upholding international obligations, contrasting sharply with law-flouting states. It sends a message to the world that the Philippines values transparency, justice, and the rule of law, and is prepared to stand by its commitments, regardless of political cost. Such actions build trust among regional partners and the international community. By grounding its actions in law, the Philippines garners international support and isolates adversaries, proving that principled legal strategy is a potent form of statecraft. In a region marked by competing interests and rising tensions, Manila's reliance on legal frameworks not only protects its sovereignty, but also inspires others to pursue peaceful, rules-based solutions to complex disputes. The Philippines recognizes that economic security is national security. Manila is countering China's economic influence by attracting diverse investments, strengthening domestic industries, and joining transparent frameworks like the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework for Prosperity, IPF. IPF offers alternatives to opaque economic models, supporting growth in advanced manufacturing, clean energy, and digital infrastructure. Recent U.S. investment missions have brought over $1 billion in targeted investments, including critical minerals, clean energy, and logistics. The U.S. International Development Finance Corporation's engagement signals long-term commitment to sustainable development. By diversifying trade and investment, the Philippines reduces vulnerability to economic coercion. Economic strength is now a defensive shield, ensuring Manila's strategic autonomy. The Luzon Economic Corridor is the flagship of the Philippines' modernization drive and its new economic strategy. Connecting Subic Bay, Clark, Manila, and Batangas, the corridor is transforming the region into a high-tech, world-class logistics and manufacturing hub. Investments target semiconductors, clean energy, and digital technology, making the Philippines a prime destination for multinational firms diversifying from China. The revitalized Subic Bay shipyard boosts both economic and maritime security, serving allied naval needs. The corridor's infrastructure supports prosperity and defense, creating a strategic buffer on Luzon. This bold initiative signals Manila's commitment to innovation, sustainable growth, and strong partnerships with like-minded democracies. The Luzon Economic Corridor stands as a beacon of the Philippines' modernization and strategic pivot. The Philippines knows that diplomacy and law must be backed by credible military power. The third horizon of the AFP modernization program is transforming the armed forces for external defense, focusing on multi-role jets, modern warships, submarines, and anti-ship missiles. Submarines and missile systems create a layered defense, deterring aggression in the West Philippine Sea. Joint exercises with allies ensure Filipino forces can operate new platforms effectively and defend remote outposts. The goal: credible self-reliance, so Manila is the primary defender of its sovereignty, not just reliant on the U.S. This hard power push ensures the Philippines' assertiveness is backed by real capability. The Philippines' strategic pivot under President Marcos Jr. is reshaping the Indo-Pacific. By moving from ambiguity to assertiveness, Manila has become a proactive force for regional stability. Its comprehensive strategy, revitalized alliances, minilateral partnerships, legal assertiveness, and economic and military modernization, makes it a key player, not just a pawn. The Philippines' stand in the West Philippine Sea defends not just its territory, but the principle of a rules-based order for all. Initiatives like the Luzon Economic Corridor and IPF engagement offer alternatives to coercive economic models. Manila's actions provide a model for other Southeast Asian nations, proving that smart, multifaceted strategies can resist coercion. The Philippines is now a critical anchor for stability and the rule of law in the Indo-Pacific.